Welcome back to the writing room. It is Monday morning, slightly chilly, hence the beanie. Don't have hair, so I need to keep warm in other ways. But spring has sprung. It's the promise of summer is on its way, and pretty soon the beanie won't be needed anymore. Looking forward to that. I've got a bit of work to do today. Work. I've got about 5-6 hours of freelance work for me to do. And the reason I bring this up is to highlight how tough it is for us creatives out there. It's not easy. There's a lot of misconceptions that, once you write a book, the next thing you know, you've got a James Patterson bank account. And, from your lips to God's ears, it would be nice. But the truth is that most writers cannot support themselves through writing alone. And I'm one of them, although I'm going to contradict myself right now, because I do make my living through writing, but not creative writing, commercial writing. I currently do a lot of freelance work for a company in Austria, and I've also just recently got another one from a company in Canada. It pays the bills, but it's a lot of hard graft, which means that the time for writing novels is not just on the back burner. Sometimes it's just totally out of the kitchen, which kind of sucks. So why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this because point number one, don't have the illusion that once you start writing that you're going to make millions. Most writers don't sell more than maximum a couple of dozen books. I mean, if you manage to sell 100, you are already a class above. And the bad news is that doesn't even cover costs, never mind make millions. But here's the thing, I don't want to discourage anyone. Writing or any creative endeavor, whether it's music or dance or makeup like my buddy Zigrid, or anything that is creative, it's sacred, for lack of a better term, if an atheist like me can use the term sacred. It is how we feel alive and how we connect with reality as opposed to the veil of work, eat, shit, repeat. Being creative is, for people like me, and what I assume is most of my audience, would be vital. We cannot live without creativity. I mean, behind me, there's Martin's mushroom pope that he drew of me. Now, Martin is a hell of an artist. This guy's art is up there, second to none. But he is a Scrum coach. He teaches agile project management. That's what he does for a living, because paintings doesn't pay the bills. And I'll tell you the story of a band that I saw. I'm not going to name names, okay? But it's one of my favorite bands ever, and they came to South Africa before I met my wife, so that must have been about 2004, 2005-ish. And the lead singer came over and did a little bit of a solo show at a nightclub on a Thursday night before the entire band came and did the big gig on Saturday. And that Thursday night, the lead singer said, the rest of the band isn't here because they couldn't get off from work. Now, holy shit, what do you mean? You're a rock band with several albums out. There's a crowd who paid good money to come and watch you tonight. And only the lead singer was the only guy that made enough money to sustain himself through the band. The rest of the guys needed day jobs. I found that profoundly sad at the time, and I still do. And now that I am in the creative space, making my money trying to make my money with creativity and getting there slowly but surely, I got a new appreciation for it. It's tough out there. It really is. And I know that everybody's priority one is to keep the pot boiling, but priority two should be to still be creative, even if you cannot make a living out of it. And here's the good news. When you disengage from trying to make a living with your creativity, it gives you the freedom to do creativity for the sheer sake of it. Think back to when you were a child. Did you draw, write, dance, play music for money? No, you did it because it was play. You did it because you enjoyed it. You did it because it made sense. And to quote Picasso, the creative adult is the child who survived. You are still creative. Just because most of us are battling to sell doesn't negate the creativity of what we do and who we are. One of my favorite people is Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs fame. I would love to buy that guy a beer and just pick his brain. He's got such great ideas and such a unique way of thinking about things. And he said once something along the lines, Mike, if I get this wrong, please correct me. He said, don't follow your heart, but take it with you. And I found that to be immensely powerful. Because if I followed my heart, I'd probably be damn close to homeless, if not there already. But by engaging in the pragmatic, what do I need to do to keep the pot boiling? I need to sit down and do freelance work on my computer. Does it bring joy? No, it definitely does not bring joy. I would much rather be sitting and working on some of the novels I've got planned. But you know what it does bring? It eases the end of month blues. I can pay my bills today. Got a bit left over for food, got a bit left over for beer. And that means come tonight, once the sun has set and I've done all the admin, I paid the bills, I've done the freelance, I can go to where my heart lies and I can carry on with my books. And that to me is what it's about. Doing the day job enables you to write. And I am now in the beginning stages of starting to be able to just start moving over to full-time creative writing. I can scale back slowly but surely my commercial work and get on with the creative work. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. But that's life. And part of the process is part of the process. What makes life worth living. So that is me, 8.5 minutes already. Holy crap, but I can waffle on. Anyway, let me get back to work. Let's leave you with the wise words of Mike Rowe. Don't follow your heart, but take it with you. And whatever you do, never stop being creative. Write, dance, paint, make music, cook. That is what makes life worth living.